session. How are you? Who is there? Please write me a message if you are already in the class. Welcome to all of you. I can see that you already wrote some messages that you are always punctual. So welcome to all of you. Welcome, guys. Good morning. How are you? Sleepy, tired, exhausted, bored? Who is there? Aurelio? Fanny? Fine, a little bit exhausted, but now we are going to be on vacations, at least at home. But well, just for a while. So, welcome to all of you. Thank you for your punctuality as always. And this is going to be our last session before vacations. Then we have this break. And after the break, we will have class again with this method, okay? Using YouTube. But this is our last topic, okay? So, we start. You don't have to copy anything because you already have this topic in your notebook. So if you can have your notebook close to you, sleepy, well, yeah, it's a little bit early. Yeah, yes, Fanny, you're completely right. Well, as I was telling you, so please have your notebook close to you and open it and check if we already have this topic, WH questions, because I remember that we saw it before this problem. Before we left classes, I think that this was one of the last topics that you copy. So could you check in your notebooks if you already have this topic, WH questions? And if you don't remember what WH questions are, welcome, Angela. Welcome. Now we are 6. Who is the other person? Welcome to all of you. Well, I was saying that if you could check in your notebook this topic, WH questions, please. So, Angela and the rest. Who is the other person? Who is the number 6? Well, please open your notebook and check that if one of the last activities in your notebook was this WH question. Well, if you don't know what, or if you don't remember what WH questions are, I'm showing you this. These are WH questions. And we have them here. Who, what, when, where, why, how, and we have more. The main feature or characteristic of these WH questions is that all of them have WH. In who we have WH, what WH, why WH. So, and we use them in questions, okay? We were checking. I'm returning a little bit the structure of interrogative. Do you remember this interrogative? With was and where. For example, were my children at the parking lot? And you answer, yes, they were, or no, they weren't. Or was Jane very responsible? Yes, she was, or no, she wasn't. And these were open close questions or yes or no question. Why? Because those were the only possibilities that you had to answer, yes or no. But in this case, with the WH questions, we have the possibility of providing information. So please tell me if you remember this. Welcome, Rosa. Welcome. Now we are seventh. Exactly. Good, Angela. Those are WH questions. What, where, who, whose. Actually, the last WH question that we check is that whose. Do you remember that? Whose car is that? ¿De quién es ese carro? So whose is part of WH question. And we have more here. We have more here, and with the meaning in Spanish. We have who, that means quién. Who is that a woman? ¿Quién es esa mujer? Okay. Then what, that means qué o cuál. What are you wearing today? ¿Qué estás usando hoy? What. Then we have where, ¿dónde? Where do you live? ¿Dónde vives? Where. Then we have why. ¿Por qué? Why are we taking class like this? ¿Por qué estamos tomando clases así? Okay, why. Then we have this one that we practiced in the previous class, whose. Whose notebook is this? ¿De quién es esta libreta? Whose, ¿de quién? Then we have another when, ¿cuándo? When it's your birthday, ¿cuándo es tu cumpleaños? And then we have another that means cuáles and is which. Which are your favorite love songs? ¿Cuáles son tus canciones de amor favoritas? Okay, so as you can see, all of these have WH, and on the other side we have more, like how. How, it's another example of WH question. That means ¿cómo? Or how old are you? Okay, or how are you? ¿Cómo estás? Another, how many? ¿Cuántos? How much? ¿Cuánto? How much does it cost? How far? ¿Qué tan lejos? How long? ¿Cuánto tiempo? How often? And how old? Okay, so this is the main characteristic of this question, that all of them have WH. Okay, and as I was telling you, these WH questions are used in order to receive information. For example, if we use when it's your birthday, ¿cuándo es tu cumpleaños? We have to provide information. My birthday is on July 19th. Mi cumpleaños es el 19 de julio. Estoy dando información. Para eso son estas preguntas con WH, para recibir información. Okay? So now, I have a question for you. And this is the question. It says, what is the structure of an interrogative sentence with WH questions and was or where? And was or where in this case. ¿Cómo sería la estructura de una pregunta, pero ahora le vamos a agregar la WH questions? Because remember, an interrogative sentence with was and where was first was or where, then the pronoun, the complement, and the question. But in this case, we have an extra word. That extra word is the WH question. So how will be the structure of that sentence? Please write it in the chat. How would it be the structure of an interrogative sentence, but now with WH questions? ¿Cómo sería ahora la estructura de una pregunta, pero si le agregáramos estas palabras? WH question. How will be the structure? Write me please in the chat. So, what do you think? How is that? Remember, the structure of a sentence, interrogative sentence with was and where, is first was or where, then the pronoun or the person, and the complement. For example, were you sleeping yesterday? Were, first, you, the pronoun, sleeping, the complement, and the question mark. So how is the structure, guys? Write to me. So, no comments? No? No comments? How is the structure? What is the structure of an interrogative sentence with WH question and was or were? And it says Aurelio and as well as Angela. First, Angela says, first WH question, then was or were, the pronoun and the complement. Okay, and the question mark, great. Galilei says WH question, was and were, pronoun, exactly. And Aurelio, it's the other way around, Aurelio. First the WH question, then was or were, then the pronoun, complement, and the question mark. So, in this case, Angela and Galilei were correct. Okay, very good. So that is the structure, and I will show it to you. It's exactly like this. Observe it. We have the WH questioned, in this case, where, in the first example. Then the verb to be in past, that it was or were. Then the subject, the pronoun, or the person, it's exactly the same. And the complement. And we have the first example. And we have it. Where was I yesterday? ¿Dónde estuve ayer? And if I want to answer, maybe I will say, oh, well, I was in a restaurant eating a salad. Estuve en un restaurante comiendo una ensalada. Okay? I provided information. Question number 2. Who were you? Who were you? ¿Quién eras tú? ¿O quién fuiste tú? Oh, and I answer. I was a famous scientist. Fui un famoso científico. Number 3. Where was he from? ¿De dónde era él? He was from Brazil, for example. So, as Galilei and Natalia said, the structure starts with the WH question that could be what, where, when, who, whose, why, and more. Then the verb to be, in this case, were or was. Remember, was, we use it for the singular. I and the third person, he, she, it. Or were for the plural, you, we, and they. Then we have the person, could be any pronoun, you, he, she, my dad, the dog, the cat, the car, a woman, a child. And the complement could be another verb or any other complement. Maybe a time expression, like in this case, yesterday, ayer, that's a time expression. And don't forget the question mark. If you don't include a question mark, especially when you write it, if you don't include it, that is not a good question, okay? It's not a question well structured. No es una pregunta bien estructurada. Si no tiene el signo de interrogación, no es pregunta, okay? Well, now, questions? Do you have any doubt? Guys, write me if you have doubts. Let's see. Rosa also wrote WH question, was and where, the pronoun, the complement, and the question mark, Rosa. Don't forget, okay? It says, Rosa asked me, Miss, que si a fuerzas necesita un complemento. Not exactly. No. For example, like in the number 2, who were you? ¿Quién eras tú? En ese caso, no se necesitó ningún complemento. Si te das cuenta, en el ejemplo número 2, no necesito de ningún complemento. Or, for example, where were you? ¿Dónde estuviste? No necesité ningún complemento. No en todos los casos es obligatorio que nuestra pregunta lleve un complemento, ¿ok? Obviamente, si nuestra pregunta la queremos hacer más clara cada vez, pues claro que sí, vamos a agregar complementos, ¿no? Por ejemplo, where were you yesterday when I was sleeping, ¿no? ¿Dónde estuviste ayer cuando yo estaba durmiendo? Y vean, fue una oración súper larga, una pregunta muy larga, pero muy concreta, muy específica. Entonces, no necesariamente necesito un complemento, pero si queremos hacer nuestra pregunta muy clara, muy específica, sí le podemos agregar complemento, ¿ok? Pero no es a fuerzas, ¿ok? Well, now, I have some examples for you. We have them here. And it says, where was your child yesterday? ¿Dónde estuvo o dónde estaba tu hijo ayer? Ahí tenemos. Where, WH question, and I put it in yellow. Then we have was, I put it in purple. In this case, your child will be the subject or the person, and the complement in this case will be the time expression yesterday. Okay, that's in number 1. Number 2, it says, how was the maths exam? ¿Cómo estuvo el examen de matemáticas? And we have the structure. How, it's the WH question. Then we have, in this case, the verb to be in past, was. Then we have the maths exam. That's the subject, and that's it. Y fíjate, Rosa, esta pregunta, la número 2, es otro ejemplo de que no necesariamente necesitamos el complemento. How was the maths exam? ¿Cómo estuvo el examen de matemáticas? Ahí está. Es una pregunta, se entiende, no tiene complemento, pero tiene la estructura, entonces no necesariamente necesita complemento, ¿ok? ¿Cómo estuvo el examen de matemáticas? How was the maths exam? Oh, it was really difficult, or really easy. That will be the answer. And the number 3. When were you in Brazil? ¿Cuándo estuviste en Brasil? I was in Brazil in 2019, for example. Estuve en Brasil en el 2019, okay? And that's it. And here we have more examples. It says, why was I sleepy? Okay, and the answer will be, because I went to sleep late. Porque todavía estoy somnoliento, porque todavía tengo sueño. Porque me fui a dormir tarde. Okay, and check why. In yellow, it's the WH question. Then another. Where were you? Where were you? Another example of a question without complement. I was at the hospital. That will be the answer. Then we have this. How was she? ¿Cómo estaba ella? She was sick. She was sick. Okay, so do you have any question, any doubt about the use, about the structure? So remember, the structure of these questions, it's like this. First, WH question, then in this case will be was or were, depending, then the pronoun or the person or the subject, then a complement or not exactly, it depends, and the question. So do you have any question, guys? Tell me, because we are practicing this topic, WH question. No? Write me if you have any doubt. Angela. You said, I don't have question. Okay, okay. So, and the others, Aurelio says, no. Okay, okay. Ricardo says, no. Okay. But let's practice a little bit. So, we also use WH questions in other cases, in other structure, in other tenses, en otros tiempos. Not exactly in past with was and where. We use WH question in any tense, present, past, or future. Okay, so we are practicing WH questions with an exercise that I will be showing you. But this exercise, it's not exactly with was and where. It's only for you to understand the meaning of each WH question, ¿ok? A ver, chicos, hay que tener bien claro esto. Las WH questions no nada más se utilizan, como en este tema, con was o where. Las podemos utilizar en cualquier tiempo, ya sea en presente, pasado, futuro, obviamente con su respectiva estructura. Aquí la estamos utilizando con la estructura del pasado, ¿no? Que es con was o were, pero se pueden utilizar en cualquier tiempo. Lo que quiero que hagamos con este ejercicio que les voy a mostrar es que nos quede bien claro qué significa cada WH question. Cada una de esas palabras necesito que quede bien claro qué significa who, qué significa whose, qué significa what, porque si no tenemos bien claro qué significa, nos vamos a confundir y vamos a lo mejor a formular una mala pregunta. Entonces, vamos a hacer el ejercicio y si aún así alguien tiene dudas de la estructura, me puede preguntar. Como ya lo dije, en el ejercicio que vamos a hacer, no precisamente es de was o were. Simplemente es para que te quede claro qué significa cada. ¿Ok? Well, I will be showing you the exercise and it's like this. ¿Ok? And it says, we have to match both columns. In the left, you have questions with WH questions, and in the right, you have the possible answers. So you have to write me in the chat the question. For example, the number 1. What time is it? With its answer. Okay? And we have here, what time is it? And we have the possible options. I have 10 cats. He's my father. I want water because I hurt my head. She's at school. It is next Saturday. It is 5 to 3. $35. It is Martin's pencil. I am 35 years old. So, which will be the correct answer for this one? What time is it? Write it. Do we need to copy this? No. Do not copy this. No. I want you to make this interactive. So do not write anything. It's just for practicing. Later at school, we are going to solve some exercises, but not at this moment. No, do not copy anything. Just analyze it and write me the message, the answer in the chat. And Angela wrote, what time is it? And the correct answer will be, it is 5 to 3. Okay, very good. ¿Qué hora es? Y la respuesta es la que puso Ángela, que sería, son 5 para las 3. Esa sería la respuesta. Y vean, en esta pregunta, el tiempo es presente. Esta pregunta está en presente y se utiliza con WH question, ¿ok? Y vean cómo se pudo usar en cualquier tiempo. Number 2. Ok, good, Galilee. Number 2, Angela wrote, where is she? And the answer is, she's at school. Ok. ¿Dónde está ella? Vean, no tiene complemento, where is she, pero tiene perfectamente bien la estructura, WH question, verbo to be, en este caso es is, que está en presente, y la persona que es she, y la respuesta sería, she's at school. Ok, very good. as well as Galilee. Aurelio, how many cats do you have? And the answer is, I have 10 cats, okay? How many? ¿Cuántos gatos tienes? Do you have? Yo tengo 10 gatos, ¿ok? Vean, también esta pregunta está en presente, pero la estamos utilizando con WH question. How many? Ajá, ¿cuántos? Number 4. Exactly, Galilee. How old are you? I am 35 years old. Exactly. Very good. Very good. All of you. Aurelio, Rosa, Galilee, and Angela. Great. Great. Very good. ¿Cuántos años tienes? How old are you? I am 35 years old. Great. Number 5. Who is him? Who is him? And it says, he's my father, Aurelio. My father. Father, ok. Who is him? Y ve, Rosa, en el número 5 tampoco necesito complemento. ¿Quién es él? And the answer is, he's my father. Very good. Number 5, Galilee says, no, in number 5, Galilee will be, who is him? He's my father. ¿Quién es él? Él es mi papá. Okay, very good. Yes, number 4, Rosa, yes, correct. What about number 7? That it's an example that we have practiced a lot. Whose pencil is this? Well, sorry, I skipped number 6. Yeah, you are correct. You are correct. Number 6. How much does this cost? And it says $35. ¿Cuánto cuesta esto? $35. Very good. Very good, Angela, Aurelio, and Galilee. Okay. So, number 7. This is an example that we have practiced a lot. Whose pencil is this? ¿De quién es este lápiz? Exactly, Galilee. And check, we're also practicing in the answer that possessives. It is Martin's with apostrophe S pencil. Exactly. So this was a perfect example of what we have practiced. Whose pencil is this? Whose? ¿De quién? And in the answer we have possessives with apostrophe S. It is Martin's pencil. Great. Very good. Number 8. Which drink do you want? And it says, number 8, I want water. Okay, great, Galilee, as well as Aurelio. And Angela wrote, but it's when, not where. When it's the party. When it's the party. ¿Cuándo es la fiesta? It is next Saturday. And the last. Why are you sad? Okay, good. Yes, number 9. When it's the party, the answer, it is next Saturday. Great. Great, yes. And 10, Galilee, you wrote, why are you sad? Because I hurt my head. ¿Por qué estás triste? Porque me duele mi cabeza. Me lastimé mi cabeza. Ok, very good. Ya se fijaron cómo utilizamos las WH question. En este caso, todas las preguntas que están aquí están en presente. Pero lo importante no era eso, no era el tiempo, sino que identificáramos perfectamente qué significaba cada una de las WH questions. Eso era lo que me interesaba, ¿vale? Que ustedes identificaran que era what, que era where, how many, who, whose, porque si hubieran tenido problemas al identificar, no hubieran podido darme la respuesta correcta, ¿ok? Y ahí, en este caso, lo lograron y los felicito. Ok, vamos a concluir. Entonces, WH question we use it in any tense, present, past, or future. In this case, we are using it in past with was and were. The structure will be first WH question, then the verb to be in past, was or were, then the pronoun, the person, or the subject, and a complement or no, it depends on the sentence, and the question mark, okay? And what do we use WH questions for? To provide information, or to look for some answers. ¿Para qué nos sirven las WH questions? Para obtener información, para brindar información sobre algún tema. La diferencia de estas preguntas con las otras que son de preguntas cerradas, o sea, que no hay de otras, o es sí o es no, es que en estas sí tenemos que brindar información sobre lo que nos están preguntando, ¿ok? Bueno, denme un minuto y ya concluimos. Esta es nuestra última sesión, chicos. Ya nos vamos de vacaciones. Bueno, vacaciones es un decir porque tenemos que estar en casa cuidándonos, pero vamos a tener 2 semanas de descanso, ¿ok? Entonces, ¿qué vamos a hacer? Por favor, les vuelvo a pedir que estén al pendiente de sus actividades de Schoology. Ya estuve revisando y hay muchos que no me han entregado las actividades completas, o hay muchos que me han subido archivos que no es lo que está pidiendo la actividad. Entonces ahí yo les puse en Schoology, tienen que meterse a Schoology y checar en comentarios que yo les haya hecho, si te equivocaste en algo, lo corriges, lo completas, porque hay muchos errores. Entonces, si esas actividades no están corregidas, no se te pueden evaluar. Para que tú estés seguro que una actividad ya está correcta, es porque se te evaluó con 100 puntos. En Schoology estamos evaluando con 100 puntos. Entonces, si tú ves una actividad que entregaste y tiene 100 puntos, significa que está correcta. Si no tiene los 100 puntos, significa que a lo mejor algo está mal, le faltó algo, subiste la actividad equivocada, entonces tienes que corregirlo. Por eso yo te escribí ahí comentarios, ¿sale? Entonces te pido que lo más pronto posible vayas corrigiendo o haciendo las actividades, porque hay personas que todavía faltan, que no me han subido ninguna actividad. Entonces aguas con eso, por favor, porque si no se les va a juntar todo. Y también a Chip, ahorita ya no me dio tiempo a checarlo con ustedes, pero yo lo voy a checar personalmente y ya saben, cuando regresemos pues les voy a mostrar su número de participaciones, porque ahorita todavía no he agregado las participaciones, entonces no tiene caso ahorita mostrárselas, sino hasta regresando. ¿Y qué más? Bueno, pues prácticamente el día 20 estaba planeado que regresáramos, pero pues ustedes saben, la contingencia aún sigue, entonces vamos a seguir trabajando con este mismo formato de las clases virtuales. Entonces, el día 20 de abril estaríamos regresando, que sería el día lunes, en el horario que teníamos, a las 11 de la mañana, con otro tema, ¿sale? Y supongo que se dejarán más actividades en Schoology, pero hasta ese día, hasta el 20 de abril. Ahorita, todas las actividades que están en línea son las únicas que tienes que contestar. Durante vacaciones no se va a subir otra más, sino hasta a partir del 20. Entonces, por favor, les pido que el 20 de abril, nuevamente a las 11 de la mañana, estén puntuales como lo han hecho hasta ahora, para que continuemos, ¿ok? ¿Alguna duda? ¿Dónde checaron las calificaciones? Dice Ángela. Ahí en tu perfil, supongo que cuando te metas a mi clase, con el código de la clase, en las actividades que has subido, ahí muy probablemente aparece el porcentaje, bueno, si el puntaje, si es que realmente está correcta, en las actividades que hayas subido. Ahí es donde aparecerá la calificación, ¿ok? Dice, ¿podría decir quién hace falta, Miss? Por favor, es que Schoology no abre. Bueno, en general, a todos les falta algo. O sea, no tengo a alguien registrado de esta clase que tenga absolutamente todo, ¿ok? Entonces, a todos les falta algo. Hay personas que, por ejemplo, la última actividad es el examen de un examen como de repaso, un quiz que puse ahí. Hay personas que no lo han hecho, a otros les falta hacer Achieve, a otros les falta hacer una actividad que viene ahí de WHOIS. Unos me subieron unas páginas del libro que son las que dejé, creo que era del workbook la 36 y 37. Les faltaron ejercicios, entonces a todos les falta algo, ¿vale? Entonces tienen que estar al pendiente de qué actividades les falta. En total, en mi materia son 6 actividades, entonces verifiquen que realmente hayan hecho las 6 actividades, ¿sale? Porque a todos les falta algo, ¿ok? Entonces, de todas maneras, si tienen duda, chéquenlo por favor en sus perfiles, ¿sí? Porque aquí yo no tengo a la mano ahorita qué le falta a cada quien. Entonces, en sus perfiles chequen. A ver, actividad 1 ya la hice, actividad 2 no la he hecho. Entonces, checa bien qué te falta. Debes de cumplir con 6 actividades, ¿ok? Bueno, deseo que se la pasen muy bien a pesar de esta situación. Cuídense mucho. Cualquier duda estamos en contacto por el correo. Y bueno, seguimos aquí en contacto al pendiente de ustedes y saludos a todos, que tengan buen día y nos vemos pronto. Hasta luego, chicos.